Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Eikev. This is a special edition dedicated to Avi and Chayala on their recent wedding. So you're going to get, as a listener, a brief preview, a part of what I'm going to tell them, Yitzhak Hashem, at their Sheva Brochos. So it says in the beginning of the Parsha, V'haya Eikev tishme'un es hamishpatim ha'ela ushmartem v'asisem. And it will be when, either because you listen to these laws or because as a reward for listening to these laws, that Hashem will reward you. Rashi says V'hayekev tishmeun, that it's referring to imam mitzvos hakalos sh'adam dash ba'kavav. That Rashi says that is referring to here the mitzvos that people take lightly and they trample on them. They often ignore them. It's not something like Yom Kippur that everyone keeps, but it's something that people trample. I'd like to take the liberty at this Sheva Brochos to reinterpret mitzvah kalos, that is with a kuf here, to mitzvah kalos for a chaf, meaning a kala, a bride. And this for you, Avi, that you should listen to the mitzvahs of the kalos, or your specific kala, and do as she asks you to do. Do not be like many men that they get married and then they're dashba kavasav, that they ignore what the wife is telling them. I'm sure this won't happen to you, but I'm just reminding you and reinterpreting the pasuk for this. Also, the pasuk continues, and it says mishpatim. So you'll be rewarded for those laws. Mishpatim are the laws that we understand the reason why Hashem gave it. For example, kabed avicha. It makes sense to respect the parents that brought you into this world and raised you. But there's also chukim. There's laws that we don't understand, like paraduma. We don't understand how those laws work, why Hashem wants it that way, but we do it anyhow. So here we're being told that we'll be rewarded for, even for the logical mitzvahs that you might think we don't need to be rewarded for. But I'd like to say that also, as a husband, new husband, you're going to have a lot of the other type, a lot of the chukim. That your wife is going to tell you to do things. You're not going to understand why she wants to do it. Just do it, trust me. Just listen to what she says. And knowing you, Avi, I know that you will listen to your wife. But seriously, the best way to really share and grow your love is not via extravagances, the fancy, luxurious vacations, the high-end restaurants, the giant flower bouquets. Those are all nice, but it's really about the day-to-day relationship that the two of you have that show the affection and the reliability of your relationship. This includes, for example, doing the dishes, or taking out the garbage. And this reminds me of a story with a student of Rav Gifter Zatzal, the Rosh Yeshiva, and tells that once he had a kollel young, newly married gentleman, and he and his wife were having an argument about him taking out the garbage. He thought, I learned so much Torah, it's beneath my dignity to take out the garbage. And he wanted his wife to take out the garbage all the time. So this young man went to his Rosh Yeshiva and asked him what to do, what the ruling is. Rav Gifter responds, on a religious basis, there's no legal requirement for you to do this. The next morning, there was a knock at the door very early, and this young man opened up the door, and he saw the Rosh Yeshiva there. He was excited. Oh, the Rosh Yeshiva is coming to visit me. The Rosh Yeshiva said, no, it's not a social visit. I'm coming here to take out the garbage. It may be beneath your dignity to take out the garbage. It's not beneath mine. That man always took out the garbage afterwards. At this point, it gets pretty personal between me and Avi and Chayala. Just quickly, some of the broad points is, remember encouragement for each other, communication, put the other person's dreams and needs a priority, which is something that I learned from my parents. They always put other people, their children and their spouses first. And finally, just special because Chayala is from Passaic. What I told a niece of mine when she got married a few years ago, Passaic stands for, please always say something absolutely incredibly complimentary. I look forward to you building a bias never Yisrael. Mazel Tov. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week, Shabbos, and life together.